Good morning. So, welcome to Simply Lisa's videos. Um, I'm trying to, keep everything as simple as possible and minimalistic and trying to live on a very tight budget, low income. And most of y'all who watch me know who I am, so I don't know why I'm into doing this introduction today. I thought I would show y'all my hair. I was able to visit with a friend yesterday. She one of my neighbor friends, Cheryl, has decided to hold a Sunday noontime NCIS. Um, I was going to call it movie night. That doesn't work. But anyways, she has some NCIS videos. And so she was wanting to have company over. And after her husband passed away recently, she started this new tradition of doing an NCIS thing anyways on Sundays at noontime. So I take my lunch and I go over there if I can get out because it's monsoon season and the rains have started. So, she graciously yesterday allowed me to take a shower and wash my hair in her shower. She has like a double wide, I forgot, they're manufactured home is what they're calling them now, right? So, anyway, so my hair's all nice and silky and, feeling good and everything else, which is, really nice. And I know my hair looks pretty good down. I've spoken about the fact that I'm starting to think about cutting it. I am thinking about cutting it because I can't wear my hair down. In the climate and the current off-grid situation that I live in, with the weather and the wind and stuff. I know it doesn't look that bad down, but I can't. The wind blows so crazy. So it's always up and or braided or both. And so it's just always like a little bit of a hassle. And if it was shorter, I think I could care for it better and just feel better about myself. So that's still something I'm thinking about. But since it was nice and, feeling good, I thought I'd show you. So we had this, I'm sorry about wiggling the camera around, but I film with my tablet. And I don't have any kind of, I think they call them selfie sticks. I don't have anything like that. I don't have any tripods. So I'm trying to hold this because of where I decided to sit. And I don't really have any really great way of doing this yet. Y'all know, I keep talking about it. I will get this better. So we had this crazy storm yesterday. There were actually two monsoon storms that were in the area. And as they were... I got a message from Flagstaff's NOAA weather information, radar information, that the two storms were over Witchwell colliding and we were going to get blasted. And then the storm actually sat here right over the top of us for a while. So that was, it was quite a little storm. And I did like a play-by-play thing on Facebook. A lot of my neighbors use Facebook in this area, and it's how we connect with each other for the farmers market and the Wishwell Church, and so because of that, I've stayed on Facebook, and being able to get a little support from like the Dave Ramsey groups and stuff like that. But anyway. So I did some play-by-play on Facebook about how the storm was hitting up here. One thing I didn't mention, but my neighbor Angela mentioned this morning, was the greening in the sky. Now, see, I thought I kind of was making it up, but there was this weird, like, gray-green cloud stuff going on, and for a while I was right in the center of this swirl of clouds that was very scary. Angela mentioned tornadoes, and I'm glad she didn't mention it yesterday because I probably would have got scared. I get pretty scared. I'm one of those people who can't watch scary movies, you know. So, but anyway, um, so we got through that, and then of course this morning I took the, before I even like combed my hair out, I'm getting ready to braid it after I finish filming. I'll braid my hair back up, but I kind of got dressed, and Ozzy and I did our dump the compost bin and take my potty bucket over and take care of it, and then we walked around the property checking the conditions, the damage, the whatever. Not too much damage. No. Like, as in, I don't see anything damaged. I we had quite a little bit of water that fell. I don't know inch wise because I don't have any way to measure that, but I did have a plant pot that's empty that was sitting on the ground, and it had about 6 inches of water in the bottom of it. But I don't know if that's a true measure or not. Yes, I so should do water catchment up here because I don't have a well. But I live on such a small, tight income. I don't know how I can do that. I have been challenged to be trying to see if I can find some more water storage containers that would be appropriate for my space. I'm not quite sure what I need exactly. Anyways, but so like I said, Ozzy and I walked around. We checked. There were some riverlets, some normal riverlets for the monsoon seasons of the last 4 or 5 years I've been here. I think I've been here 5 years. I ought to check my math and see if that's right, or my calendar books. We walked around. We did that. We checked on Spunky. Spunky did stay out all night. I only heard him once. And I thought about bringing him inside the trailer with us, but I don't know how Ozzy and Spunky will do. They're just on this we stay a little distance away from each other relationship. Ozzy, I can tell the way he gets excited around Spunky that he really would like to play with him or something. But I also know that even when Ozzy tries to play with me, his teeth are so sharp, he hurts me. So playing is a hard thing with Ozzy. Well, he is a Yorkie too, and that's kind of typical Yorkie stuff. So so I'm looking in the direction of Spunky's house to remind me what I'm talking about. Anyways, so Spunky did well, and his little house stayed dry except for just the edge of his fleece blanket, which was in the doorway. He has a fleece blanket. Anyways, it's a pretty good sized blanket, and I just kind of bunch it up and I pull a piece up in the front of the doorway so that it gives him a little more. And the bottom of the crate, which is the base of his house for now, was dry. But I've hung those things on the clothesline this morning so they can dry out because we have rain forecasted all week. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? I'm reaching for my tea. I'm having lemon and green tea with a really tiny, like a teaspoon of agave. I don't like agave, but I have it, so I'm not going to waste it. I'll use it for now, but I don't like it. And the lemon I got was really kind of gross lemon. So, anyways, let's see. What else did I want to tell you? I took as I walked around, I took a bunch of pictures so that I can write a blog post. Weathering a storm in a small trailer on top of a ridge is almost, not nearly, but almost as scary as hiking on the bald of a mountain during a hailstorm. It's not quite the same. Believe me, it's not. But, yeah, it says my mug. Anyway, and I'm setting it down here. Did you see my little flower garden? Wait a minute. I have this problem of when I turn the tablet, I can't see what I'm showing you. Yeah, my little flower garden's doing all right. It's not perfect, but nothing is, right, in this world. Uh, Anyways, weathering a storm in the small trailer is challenging. It's scary. There's not enough places to hide. This trailer is old enough. It's a 1962 Nomad. It's old enough that it's a very heavy trailer, and I have it on blocks. It is not, what do they call that? Tethered? No, anchored. It's not anchored in the ground, but it's been through some pretty bad storms up here, so I don't think it's going anywhere. And I've never even felt it really move, even in some high winds. We had some like 60-mile-an-hour winds this past spring, and it was scary because you could hear it, but the trailer didn't like rock or anything. So I've got it pretty well anchored without it being like bolted down inside down to the ground with like cement posts buried in the ground or whatever it is they do. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to write more in my blog. So I'd love it if you guys would go over to my blog in a like maybe tonight or tomorrow and take a look. That's SimplyLesa.blogspot.com. And see what I'm going to write over there, because I'll give you a different kind of detail and some thought process, because as I'm walking around and taking pictures and looking at things, I'm looking at the drip marks, the drip lines from where the water went as it's coming off the sides of the trailer. And I'm, in the back of my head trying to figure out how can I catch that water so I could use it. And I don't have an answer right now. How can I make this feel better without spending too much money? Because, one, I'm not out of debt yet. And now I'm trying to rebuild, my emergency fund. Once Murphy comes to visit, he goes, "Oh, I'm visiting you again." So, okay, that's a joke. But I had to use my emergency fund last year, and I've just never gotten it completely back up to my standard is that I have $1,000 all the time, and I don't. I have had it up to that, and I've actually had it up to 2,000, which is a lot in my world. But I don't have that, so I have nothing in my emergency fund. So I'm trying to rebuild my emergency fund and finish paying off this other last bill that I have. So I sat down the other day and I did the math again and the budgeting again. And I realized that by December, I could, if I cram and I'm really, really careful, I can have my emergency fund and I can have that bill completed so that I'm out of debt completely. And while I'm doing that, I can still have $125 extra a month, which would be going toward my home. And see, I used to live with the amount that went toward my home was a larger amount. But I need to get the emergency fund built up, and I need to stop paying extra on my bill until I get the emergency fund back up to $1,000. And then after that, I can go ahead and throw extra money at the bill and get it knocked out. So I could finish all of that stuff by December if I'm careful. But $125 doesn't do a lot in the world of buying things. So then I have to get really creative in life. And I do that. I do get creative in life and with solving problems. I really want a carport over this trailer and over the trailer and the patio area. I would really like a carport over that. because it would, it would help with the temperature. It would help with shade. It would help with giving us just a little more protection from the elements. I don't know how to go at this. I really don't. And I've realized too that I have avoided some kinds of help in my lifetime. In the last few years. And maybe I need to stop avoiding some of those kinds of help. I also had talked to one of my advisors, one of my disability advisors, about whether it was legal and okay with the Social Security disability people for me to go ahead and monetize my blog and things so that I could make a little more money, or at least get, like, I know with the Amazon affiliate, there's a way that you can get Amazon points or something. So basically what it is people would, like they do for other people on YouTube and things, they could use a link from my stuff through to my affiliate account, but I wouldn't get money like some people get money. It's possible I could get points that I then could use to buy stuff on Amazon. And I even get my groceries off of Amazon. Not everything, because I eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. But there are things I do get. And anyways, that's that's a possibility. But I need to do a little more checking on that. Okay, so what else did I do after the storm? Let's see. So I walked around with Ozzy. We checked damage. We checked, the riverlet situation. Not too bad. My idea of hoping that the branches I put into a wash would hold dirt is not enough. I need to do something more. A riverlet thing went under some of that. It didn't carve it out. Some stuff got stuck, which is great. But I'd like to keep more of that soil in that area and allow it to build it back up a little higher rather than have it washed down, hundreds of feet away or whatever. I would like to build that area back up. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I mean, there are ways, and I would love to, once those branches get enough soil around them, then I'd like to plant something there, even if it's just some local weed or something, but just to hold the ground, and then work on that so that I don't know, but it's not a priority one. But it would be a nice thing to do. I also, since the fire ban is not lifted, but it's way better. So a couple of days this week around rainy times, like had I had it prepared this morning, I might have burned some brush. Well, I burned a very small brush pile the other day. I've done that twice, I think, and I burned a couple of barrels of trash, and trash as in like broken branches and stuff that are too small for like a fire. Wow, I don't know what else to tell you right now. I've asked my friend Lou Bruschetti, who was a boat builder, or is, or I think, but he's kind of retired. Anyways, and another nomadic friend, I asked him while he's visiting his friends and all up in the Pacific Northwest and near boat builder people, if he would keep his eyes open for a wood stove like is used in a boat. So a very small wood stove that would work better in this trailer. Well, better. I haven't got one in this trailer. I was given a coal stove. And I got permission the other day that if I wanted to sell that coal stove, I could. It's too big for inside the trailer. I tried. I even took out the closet and a wall and tried to see if I could make it fit. And it won't fit. So anyway, let's see, what else? This is getting too long for a video, so I'm going to end it there, and let me try to put the rest of this stuff in the blog post when I do that. And I hope you've enjoyed this with me sitting outside instead of sitting in the trailer. And of course, it's nice to be out here with my tea this morning. Spunky's out hanging around the bird feeder. Yep, we fed Spunky, we fed the birds. Everybody's happy. More rain in the forecast, but we hope it dries out a little bit in between and everybody's fine. Talk to you all soon. Oh, like the video. Keep leaving me comments, please. And please subscribe, as well as keep it simple. Y'all have a great day.